Have you ever had a gut feeling about something? You know, that deep down intuition? Or maybe felt butterflies in your stomach? Well, guess what? Those aren't just clever sayings. They're actual signs of a really powerful conversation happening inside your body. A conversation between your brain and what scientists are now calling your second brain. And today, we're going to listen in.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the Brain Engineering Club. Let's dive right in.
I mean, really think about it for a second. That fluttery, kind of nervous feeling you get right before a big meeting, or maybe a first date, we've all been there. But have you ever stopped to wonder what is actually going on in there to cause that feeling?
Yep, that sensation, that's your second brain. The one in your gut sending a very real message. So in this explainer, we're going to decode that conversation and, more importantly, figure out how we can start to influence it for the better.
All right, so let's start by properly meeting the two command centers running the show. The one you already know pretty well, and the one that might just surprise you.
So of course, you've got the brain in your head, your central nervous system. It's the CEO, right? It handles all the big picture stuff, thinking, feeling, making commands. But lining your entire digestive tract is this other incredibly complex network of neurons. This is your enteric nervous system, the brain in your gut. And trust me, its job goes way, way beyond just processing your lunch.
We call it the ENS for short. And when I say it's an intricate network, I mean it. It's packed with so many neurons that it can basically run the entire complex process of digestion all by itself, with a huge degree of independence. It doesn't need to wait for instructions from headquarters up in your head. It's a true second command center.
Okay, so if we've got two brains, how in the world do they talk to each other? Well, it turns out they're connected by what you could think of as a super fast private data cable.
That connection is called the vagus nerve, and it's perfectly described as a bidirectional information highway. Bidirectional is the key word here. Messages are flying back and forth between the gut and the brain in milliseconds. This is not a one-way street where the brain just barks orders.
And this is so crucial to understand. If your gut is irritated or unhappy, it can send distress signals up to the brain that can genuinely change your mood. And at the exact same time, if you're feeling anxious, your brain sends signals down that can cause that gut-wrenching feeling. It's this constant looping conversation.
But here's where it gets even more interesting. This information highway, it's not just a two-way call. There are other players on the line influencing the conversation, trillions of them in fact. Let's meet these little secret agents.
Trillions. Just let that number sink in for a moment. That's the estimated number of microorganisms, bacteria, viruses, fungi, living inside your gut right now. It is a staggering amount, a whole bustling ecosystem of tiny agents working away inside you. And this whole community, we call it your gut microbiome. Calling them tiny chemical factories is absolutely perfect, because that's exactly what they are. They aren't just passive passengers. They are constantly producing chemicals and compounds that directly affect your body and, you guessed it, your brain.
So, the big question is, how exactly do these microscopic factories actually engineer our mental state? Well, the ways they do it are honestly pretty remarkable.
These microbes basically have four main jobs on their to-do list. They produce these crucial compounds called short-chain fatty acids. They help strengthen your brain's defenses. They even manufacture the very chemicals that regulate your mood. And they help manage your immune system. Let's zoom in on a couple of these because they're really cool.
First up, that fortress. Your brain has this amazing protective shield called the blood-brain barrier, the BBB. Think of it like a super selective bouncer. Well, some of the good microbes in your gut produce compounds that actually reinforce this barrier, making it stronger and better at keeping harmful stuff out. So yeah, a healthy gut literally leads to a better protected brain. And then there's this. There also are personal mood makers. Some gut bacteria can produce a neurotransmitter called GABA, which acts like a brake pedal for your nervous system, helping you feel calm. Others help produce tryptophan, which is the essential ingredient your body needs to make serotonin. You know, the famous happiness chemical. They are directly involved in how you feel, day in and day out.
Okay, so this is all super fascinating, right? But the real question is, what can you actually do about it? I mean, this is the Brain Engineering Club, after all. So let's get to the actionable part, how you can engineer this inner ecosystem.
First things first, you have to feed your allies. You have to fuel your microbes. The good bacteria in your gut absolutely love to eat fiber. So when you eat fiber-rich foods, you're not just feeding you, you're feeding them. And in return, they give you more of those helpful compounds, like the ones that strengthen your brain's fortress.
And second, you can actually bring in reinforcements. Fermented foods like yogurt, kimchi, and sauerkraut are loaded with live beneficial bacteria. These are probiotics. Eating them is basically like sending fresh troops right to the front lines to support your inner ecosystem.
And the potential here is just incredible. We're on the verge of a new era of personalized medicine. Right now, researchers are developing treatments for mental health that are specifically tailored to a person's unique gut microbiome. This isn't science fiction, you guys. This is the future of mental wellness.
So I'll leave you with this question to really think about. If your gut is truly a second brain, constantly sending signals and messages that literally shape your mood and your well-being, what are you feeding its thoughts? Because every choice you make at the dinner table is a choice that directly influences that powerful internal conversation. Thank you so much for joining us at the Brain Engineering Club. Keep engineering that incredible brain of yours and that second brain too. We'll see you in the next explainer.